We're here today at Canada's Wonderland. This is Loop and I'm Clover, and we're about to take a full tour of the largest theme park in Canada, here in Vaughan, Ontario, right outside of Toronto. We're going to take a look at all of the major attractions that this park has to offer. We're not going to go into stores, that's for another video, but we are going to look at all of the different areas of Canada's Wonderland, so let's get the tour started, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Today Loop's behind the camera, so I'm going to be your host. I hope you like my hosting abilities. Should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, this is International Square?
International Street.
Ah, International Street.
Which, I mean, I would call it more of a square than a street, but
yeah,
that's
it's
okay.
not. Let's start this way,
yeah.
Down International Street.
Yep, as with any entry plaza, you got your folks with the cameras and your all your various stores. It's not a theme park unless they're selling squid hats at the entryway.
And speaking of pics and photographers and stuff, their photo package is called Fun Pics. They do a season-long one, but you can also do just a day-long one. But like the season-long one is only marginally more expensive than the day pass one, so I think they're kind of expecting you to just say, let's get the season one. What would you call this style? Kind of Spanish Mission over here, but
yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag. Well, it's international street,
okay.
so maybe it's everything.
Yeah, so
Like
we've got like Scandinavian style, kind of a Mary Blair-ish type of thing. And then, I don't know, this feels more chummin'.
I'm going to let you point out architecture styles. I'm not going to weigh in on this one. Because
I think that it's likelier that I'm going to make a fool of myself doing
cool.
so. But
I know I'll make a fool of myself, so I don't even bother trying.
oh, this must be Swiss.
Let's go with Swiss. Yeah, I think there's a giveaway on that one. Well,
All right.
there are,
get
you'll
back
see,
to the
as with any
medieval.
theme park, there are like very distinct kind of lands. Two of them are very, very little kid-centric. And I just want to knock those out, if I'm being honest.
Do you say that because they're just not as interesting as the rest of the park?
Yeah.
To you.
To me. To me. Well, okay, and if you have little kids and you're watching this video, their attention spans are short, so I'm going to get you what you want right now. There you go. All right, we got the Canterbury Theater.
Yeah, this
here.
is very, what do they call it? Miracle Square on the Universal Backlot Tour?
It really is, yeah, like where they tie up Quasimodo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then this, we found out, this is only, full transparency, our second time in this park.
Yeah.
So are we going to be experts? Absolutely not. But we have walked around once before, and we got prestige passes because we know we're going to be coming back a lot. We just moved to Toronto. We're theme park people. We love theme parks. So we got prestige passes so we can come anytime. And this is the lounge that you get access to if you get a prestige pass, the Griffin's Lounge.
If you ride
Or
your
Griffin's
horse here,
Crown.
you can tie it up, which is nice.
Oh, that's good. I didn't bring my horse today,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean that's not going to be useful in the future.
Do you want to peek at the VIP lounge?
Sure, yeah,
All right.
let's take a quick look.
So part of this is, you know, nice. It's all classist,
Yeah,
but the most disgustingly classist part is outside.
yeah.
Which is like, it probably was all the same seating area at some point, but then when they installed the VIP lounge, they were like, well, we need to separate the rabble from the good people.
We need to put up a physical fence around.
So can you
the
imagine,
prestige
like,
people.
you know, you have like a family of 5 sitting here enjoying their chicken tenders, and then these assholes are like drinking their champagne and plotting how to exploit workers, which I guess that's kind of us, you know, because we have money, and so we bought this pass with the VIP experience, so you can come with us and see what's up.
Yeah, also they tell the rabble to please clean their table.
Oh,
No such signage in the VIP lounge.
oh, okay.
Clean up after yourselves, peons.
Jesus.
I know. But truly, if you do invest in a prestige pass, the lounges, I was impressed. It's much nicer than I would have expected. You get like a little free snacky in there, and it's like cushy chairs. Well, here, let's take a look.
Hello. All right, thank you. I think we're okay.
I'm good right now,
Yeah,
thanks.
I think each check-in you get.
You get a snack, and they even said, like, you want more snacks? Go walk out and come back in. Come get more snacks. But you got little restrooms,
private
which I haven't actually
restrooms.
walked back here before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't think we're in a separate lounge now. I think this just takes us to...
Well, I don't think this is open.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But then there's restrooms back there.
Right.
Cool. All right.
But it is pretty nice.
Yeah, no, you get plush chairs, you get games, you get the news, which I can do without.
Yeah.
But, and then they have, like, soft drinks and alcoholic beverages for purchase.
I like that it's nice and quiet in here.
Yeah.
But then there's like oversized Jenga. And can you imagine that toppling over? Anyway.
Yeah. And as someone, I work remotely, so I can actually see coming and posting up at this lounge on a work day. Like, I'd be totally fine taking Zoom calls from this little lounge. Okay.
Yeah, it's nice. We hung out in there yesterday for, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes or something.
All right, and so it's early, no, it's mid-June now. So we're in a situation where school in Toronto hasn't let out yet. So it's busy today. This is a Friday morning. It is busy, so I think you get a lot of class trips and just people generally skipping school on Fridays.
But in Canada, in Toronto anyway, schools are just starting to let out now, I think.
June 27th is our kiddo's last day.
So I think the 27th or the 28th is when all the shows and stuff start here at Canada's Wonderland, including the stunt diving, or the stunt, what is it called? Like the high dive stunt show or something like that?
I'm not sure, but I'm hoping we'll run into a sign.
And we were wondering, like, do the divers have to dive into that disgusting looking water?
I'm really hoping they take a pool skimmer to that little pond before people dive into it. So over here we've got one of those, like, well, we call them the drunken uncle, which is like something that just picks you up and flips you around.
Yeah, like your drunken uncle at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like without regard for your safety.
Oh, that's a very American thing to say.
It is, yeah. So as Americans, we call it the drunken uncle.
On Canada Day. It's when your drunk uncle shows up on Canada Day and picks you up and swings you around. Riptide, it's called.
The Riptide.
I don't know what the welcome courtyard is.
Yeah, me neither. And then we've got Dragonfire over there, which coaster.
Which oh, it's this green and yellow track coaster? Okay.
Yeah, which is not one of the biggest, but certainly looks substantial. We have also not ridden a lot of these rides in full transparency. We're going to change that.
This is our first ever video on this YouTube channel, by the way.
Yeah.
So be kind.
Yeah, we're doing our best. We've been to a lot of theme parks, not yet experts on this one.
So this is the Castaways Stunt Dive Show.
Oh,
they say rehearsals are in progress, and I looked it up on the website, and indeed, I think it's the 27th is the first performance.
Okay. Oh, and here's the Spinovator, which is like the teacups on a slanted platform.
Yeah.
And just so you know, like we were when we lived in the States, we were Disney people, so our lens kind of comes through the U.S. theme parks, including a lot of time spent at Disney.
And to rank this one, it's not as nice as Disney parks or even Universal parks. But that has to do with just like fit and finish and the way that the parks were built and the materials and stuff that were used. The customer service here is really top notch. People are super friendly. It's incredibly clean.
It really is.
And
yeah.
it's really well maintained. You know, it's like a 1989 Honda Civic that somebody just took really great care of. And you're like, man, how's that old car look so good? What the hell?
Right. I'd say the discrepancy in the U.S. between the Universal and Disney theme parks and the like Six Flags and Cedar Fair, huge discrepancy.
Yeah.
Like they do not belabor customer service at Six Flags in the States. But yeah, I agree. It's kind of like it's if you took Disney level care and customer service and plopped it in a Six Flags Cedar Fair park.
Yeah.
So it's a different,
it's like,
for Americans, it's a really different experience.
I think that Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia, California, like kind of at its peak of when we were going there, that's where I would rank this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about that, and I guess maybe it's largely because if you live like anywhere in Western or Central Canada, you'd come here. I mean, like, I don't know how La Ronde stacks up. Maybe it's better. I have no idea. But like, you don't have a lot of theme park options. Like,
Yeah.
there really isn't competition in this area.
It's true.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe this just gets a lot of visitors.
All right, so we're still in medieval times, medieval square, medieval section.
We're getting medieval on people's asses.
Yes. We've got Viking's Rage, which is your standard boat ride that rocks you back and forth.
Yeah, that's the one where when the boat goes up like this, you hear all of the loonies and toonies trickle down.
Yeah, And then Leviathan, this is one of their, oh hey, we got a band. Marching band time. We got some midway games. Leviathan is definitely one of their flagship roller coasters. It's a biggin. And then we've got the drop tower.
Leviathan is the one that's on that really popular short on YouTube. And it's like really foggy. And so at the very top, it's like you're like peeking down through the clouds. So hopefully we can get a video like that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting some ride videos here. The coasters, from what I've seen, and I've ridden one, are super legit.
Yeah, it's definitely like, it's a coaster heavy park, for sure. Do you know how many coasters?
I didn't do a count.
Yeah, I don't either.
And then kind of hidden back here, well, you got a few things hidden back here actually, but mainly Speed City Raceway, which is go-karts?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Autopia, or a lot of theme parks in kids areas have like, you know, you get to drive a car, but this is just straight up like side of the freeway go-kart.
Yeah, which
full speed, you got to wear a helmet.
Yeah, it surprised me because go-karts are not a high capacity anything. There is no speeding people through go-karts. You gotta like load the cars, let them run around for a little while, unload them.
This park has 2 wooden coasters.
Just
right?
2?
Oh, there are more
I
than
don't
2?
actually know. I'm gonna pay attention as we walk around.
I think it also has 2 carousels. Oh man. This thing,
there's like the Barfinator.
you said you would ride it.
Oh
And
yeah, I'll ride that. I guess we'll find out. It's been a while since I rode one of those, like, spin you around.
that looks so scary.
There we go.
Oh god, I get a little shiver just watching it go.
Yeah, so this park is absolutely one of those where it's like these world-class coasters peppered throughout, but then just wherever there was room, they put like your standard carnival, like an upgraded carnival experience, like this one, which is just we spin you so fast you stick to the walls, kind of. Yeah.
Worlds of Fun in Kansas City, Missouri. I spent my childhood in Kansas City, and there was a ride that was a lot like that Spenny Barfy one.
Yeah.
I think it was just called the Zulu, maybe. But you faced forward, and you sat single file, and the cars would swing. So when it would go up and at full speed, your feet, you know, like would be above your head, and you would spin that way.
Yeah.
Completely different ride experience. I loved that ride until I was, you know, like 20.
Yeah, and then your
I just couldn't do it anymore.
The fluid in your ears thickened, and you got barfy. Okay, so Wild Nightmares is the spin in a circle until you stick to the walls and throw up ride. Yeah, at Six Flags in St. Louis, the closest thing was Tom's Twister, but that was where they like put you in like an enclosed barrel and spun you against the walls.
The barrel floor drop. They called it the Finnish Fling at Worlds of Fun.
Yeah, those were the peak ride.
So they have these like, you're this close to the bat.
Yep.
There's a lot of subways here. 4, maybe?
A lot of subways, yeah. A lot of ices, which I'm not mad at. I like ices. So Wild Beast is a wooden coaster. It's interesting because it's really hidden from view. Like I'll poke my head in there, see if we can even get a look at the coaster, but it is, it's a wooden coaster and it's kind of set back from everything else. If you see it over there, yeah. Okay. All right.
I noticed that they added an E to the end of wild.
Well, that's how you know you're in medieval times.
Yeah, it's ye olde.
Yeah.
It's like a shoppy.
And apparently the wild beast you're supposed to think of is this crazy hog guy.
And that's intimidating as hell.
It is.
I hope that you're up to date on your shots.
Yeah. All right, well, I believe, we've still got Jester's Courtyard. They're still going medieval here.
Is it the medieval court? Do you remember what it's called?
Nah, these things come and go from my head so quickly.
All right.
I know we said it at the beginning. So this big old mountain thing in the middle of the park, it's kind of like you can orient yourself by it. Has kind of a few different rides going through and around it. Okay, so this is the bat. It is temporarily closed, but this is one of those ride the roller coaster and then ride the roller coaster backwards ones, which incredibly low capacity in my experience. So lines for these types of rides will often look relatively reasonable, but then take forever.
Why the bat?
Well, bats go upside down. They don't go backwards. I don't know why.
They sleep upside down. They don't like fly upside down, do they?
No. And then we've got the, in terms of one of those other kind of space filler rides, we've got the Shockwave here, which is a strap you in, flip you around.
Yeah. I mean, had this one been around when the Drunken Uncle was named?
Yeah, right.
So I'm going to call this one the Change Loosener. And then I don't know what this is. This is a hairpin coaster.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see the name at some point. But yeah, it's just one of those very kind of small footprint coasters.
And over here, this is shrouded in construction material, but this is Alpen Fury. I don't know when the original announced opening date was. I mean, they said spring 2025.
Oh, yeah.
I have to guess they would have liked it to have been finished for opening day here. It's not.
Yeah,
but in a way, the anticipation continues to build. Maybe it'll work out for them in the long run.
Yeah, you know what? I don't ever want you to rush approvals on a coaster for me.
Take your time.
You go ahead, take your time. You get that right.
Yeah, especially with the testing phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like dentures in about an hour.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Take
That's
a week.
not enough time to make dentures.
Yeah, I would like you to spend time with my teeth. Yeah. Okay, so we're coming out of medieval times, which is not what it's called. And we're heading into Planet Snoopy, which is the first of what I mentioned as two kind of really like smaller kids dedicated areas.
Yeah, and you have to be careful because if your children walk under the rainbow, it turns them gay.
Ooh, yeah.
So
be aware. I think you should be cool with it.
What if they're already gay?
Oh, well.
Does it make them
then?
more gay?
Yeah. Either way, I love this entranceway. And we're gay. Jokes on you, we were already gay.
At Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California, outside of Los Angeles, there is an area called Camp Snoopy that must be terribly jealous of this area.
This is an entire planet. So
This is nice.
You get the vibe. It's an adorable little train. You saw the swan boats. I love that the train is so slow that geese just stand on the track.
Is it two different tracks? Because I see old-timey cars on the far side. Oh, and then there's a whole ass helicopter over there.
Oh yeah, little helicopters. Yeah, we got trains, we got cars in the distance, we got old tiny helicopters elevated on the track.
Oh, bridge. I want to do it.
Yeah.
And these geese, are these animatronic?
Yeah, they're really realistic. They're unbothered. They will bite your ass.
Have you ever been bitten by a geese?
No, but I have been menaced by a goose before. I knew better than to fight it.
Do you know
I
what you
retreated.
call it when somebody from Toronto grabs your butt?
A Canadian goose?
Canada goose.
A Canada goose. Sorry. Sorry. All right, we got our little swan boats over there.
People are gonna know we're from America.
When we were here the other day, okay, so it doesn't seem like it's standard protocol, but there was a cast member actually wearing waders guiding the boats in. So maybe something was broken. Oh, hello.
I have nothing for you.
Yeah, we did not get the popcorn that smelled so good. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and we're backing off of the goose. So that is called Swan Lake. This is Boo Blasters on Boo Hill. Little kind of haunted house guy.
Is that supposed to be like Boot Hill?
I guess. Well, and here's the thing. There are two seemingly kind of Halloween-y themed rides in here.
Oh yeah, because
So-
where's the other one? Over here?
Yeah, and so I don't know if like they did a Halloween theming and just decided to stick with it, or if they just think kids need a little scary in their lives.
Cute.
So there's the airfield, which is tiny little planes that spin in a circle.
And that whip you around
A little bit.
a little faster than maybe you would expect.
Yeah, I think that's one of those rides that when you ride it as an adult, it feels more intense than when you ride it as a kid.
Well, sure, because you're schlepping around 10 times the weight.
Yeah. And then we have Snoopy's Space Race.
With shark gondolas.
Yeah, shark gondolas,
Right.
as you would. Snoopy.
Oh, I guess they're just futuristic fins because it's space. I got it.
Snoopy versus the Red Baron. Little
Always the
Dumbo
most
spinny
boring part
ride.
of the Peanuts comics, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Both the animated ones and the printed.
Okay, and then here's carousel number 1 that you were referring to.
Yeah. I think it's important to have a carousel in a theme park. I think that you should have a train. I can appreciate that that's probably really expensive.
And And here's
But
the
you gotta have a carousel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ghoster Coaster.
Ghoster Coaster, which actually looks larger than I had expected it to be. It's a little wooden coaster.
They have a rating system, 1 through 5, and it's kind of like I don't know if it's the same as skiing. Do you think it's the same as skiing because this is
maybe.
Canada?
Oh,
But anyway,
perhaps.
this is rated a 4 out of 5, which is pretty intense. It's a wooden coaster.
Yeah.
So
we've already counted 2 wooden coasters, so I'm going to say they got more than 2 wooden coasters here. Snacks and snow cones, sundaes and cones, funnel cakes, all your dessert needs.
it is unseasonably chilly today, this June 13th.
It is. I'm appreciating it.
Is
Okay.
there somewhere else that we'd like to go and Planet Snoopy, or is it time to move on?
You know, I think it's time to move on.
Okay. The music in this area is not for people who like music. Got an erector set Lego kind of vibe happening. Goodbye, Planet Snoopy. Hello, Kidsville.
Kidsville. So this might be the closest we come to a train in this park.
Okay, so I see the trains are here, and then the old-timey cars must be elsewhere. I don't know why I'm obsessed with the old-timey cars. I think it's because I've seen them disappear at parks around the world because I think they might be difficult to maintain. Like maybe you can't get parts for them anymore. Maybe all the mechanics who knew how they worked, died of old age or, carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe you just get to a point where the regulations require a retrofit and you're like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
All right, tiny coaster.
Oh, this is cute.
Yeah.
This is ominous, though, yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hop on board, we're going for a crash.
Yep. They don't expect you to survive this ride. And then we've got swing time over here, which is very, very teeny. Yeah, I'm gonna say this Kidsville for even smaller kids than Camp Snoopy.
For sure.
And you got, so are blobfish the new hotness compared to axolotls? Because I noticed that blobfish are the featured plushie over here. They're also axolotls though. We trying to cute up the blobfish for everyone?
I see.
Mm-hmm. But you got your classic Pokemons over here. And then you're very much not Winnie the Poohs.
Yeah.
Oh, and here comes the music. So if you thought I was just knocking kids' music when I warned you about like the music in this part of the park, it's not that. I dig on some kids bop sometimes, but this is not that. This is very much like preschool, sit in a circle type of fare. Another subway.
Oh, okay.
The Zoom Zone. Okay, the Zoom Zone opens at noon.
Okay, so
Which is
another
a
coaster
Yeah.
and a little uppy downy.
Oh yeah, the uppy
Blast
downy,
off,
the blast
and then
off.
the jumping jet.
Okay, Silver Streak. What do we think the Silver Streak is? Is that this coaster?
I mean, it certainly looks like it.
Okay, so there's an entire coaster.
Oh,
Like
it's a
hiding.
dangle coaster.
Oh, that looks like kind of a legit little coaster, just hidden in Kidsville. So is this just for like the adults who just can't take it anymore? Like, interesting positioning.
And then back here, I didn't even notice this before, but there's just like a whole ass playground.
Oh yeah. Oh, playgrounds. Playgrounds built into theme parks are magical.
Yes.
I have moved out of my phase of life where I fully appreciate it because
Yeah.
our kiddo's older now. But back in the day to have just an area to just turn your kiddo loose at the park and let him run and climb, and you could just like sit there, ideally drinking a beer, like that was huge.
I don't think these are real hot air balloons, Lori.
You are not an expert. Okay, well, yeah, all right, maybe. The frequent flyers. And over here we've got the flying eagles. And then these little helicopter guys on the track. Very cute. A thrill ride? No, but adorable.
How Canadian is this, right?
Right.
The maple syrup themed ride in the maple tree themed playhouse.
Obligatory giant chair.
I would like a poutine, large.
Some schoolhouse snacks. Yeah, let's see, what time is it? It's a little after 11, so not everything open yet. The park opened at 10. 10 seems to be the standard opening time here at Canada's Wonderland. I don't think that changes throughout the season, really. Though it does start to stay open a little later. I think right now it's staying open till 8 p.m. and that will, I think, go as late as 10 p.m. at some point during the summer.
They have early entry, yeah?
They do have early entry. Is it just for Prestige Pass holders?
I think it might be for all pass holders, or maybe, I don't want to say.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
But
it is for Prestige Pass.
And it's not like everything in the park is open an hour earlier. It's certain dates, certain sections of the park open early for you. So
this is an interesting, like, liminal area. It just feels like, I don't know, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, we're transitioning out of kids zone. We've still got the flying canoes over here.
I can fly a boat, canoe.
Haha.
Oh, that's a good sit.
Is it?
It is. It really is. This feels like a solid wood Adirondack chair, thanks to the good people at Venture.
Muskoka Brewery?
Oh, it's really big on the back. Muskoka Brewery.
All right. So we're actually, at this point, you could kind of diverge. We're gonna take this path kind of back toward the center of the park.
Okay, and the other way would be the Timberwolf.
Yes.
Are we gonna go back there?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's Timberwolf Falls right there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So stick around.
Yeah. Hang in there. We're gonna circle back around. This park, if you're gonna do a tour of it, there's not necessarily a simple way to just like take a spin around and see everything. There's a lot of switchbacks and cut-throughs and full circles. It's kind of casino-esque in terms of, like, it'd be easy to get lost in this park, is what I'm trying to say.
There are a number of dead ends.
Yeah. The big mountain in the middle helps.
Right.
It's easy to orient yourself
landmark.
and get out, but there are a lot of circles. That's the Lumberjack.
So we can
which
see
is one
some
of
of
those
the
kind of salt and pepper shaker rides.
Track of Alpen Fury.
That flip you upside down.
What were you saying?
I was talking about the Lumberjack.
Oh, hi, Lumberjack.
Over here we have the Vortex.
Yeah, so this is kind of like Coaster Central Station. Is there a name for this area?
I don't know. I studied the map, but we're kind of almost in like
we're
in
gonna
between
find out
zones.
on this sign.
There you go.
I think it's.
This might be Frontier Canada.
It definitely looks frontierish.
Although Vortexes, I don't know. Soaring Timbers, another just kind of flip you around and make you sick generally.
Man, I just cannot do those anymore. I admire that you not only can, but
You know,
willingly
It's
do
been
them.
a couple of years, so I might, maybe I've crossed a line and we're gonna find out in spectacular fashion soon. So what were we here? Okay, it was indeed part of Frontier Canada, which is a pretty large part of the park that we'll circle around back to a little more.
The hairpin coaster is called the Fly.
The Fly.
And I
Little construction.
do actually really like hairpin coasters. They are not great for larger people, and myself included. I'm saying like grown people. Like they're really fun when you're a kid. But if you have a kid sitting like on the side, like if the kid squishes you rather than the other way around,
Yeah, that's helpful.
it's not so bad. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is definitely one of those rides that everyone rides and you like collectively go, oh, oh.
Yeah. Hairpin coasters are named for kind of obvious reasons. They're flat completely. There's no banking, and so it's just by design. It's kind of a rough ride.
And then you kind of get into this little bit of spaghetti here where there's so many coasters and rides crisscrossing at this mountain. It's like, which one am I looking at?
Yeah. So, confirmed Frontier Canada. Did you look at the sign?
What's it? I did, yeah, it's Frontier Canada. Tiny Tom Donuts. All right, so Alpen Fury under construction, literally, right now.
Yeah.
Hard hat area.
It looks like they might be doing testing.
You think? Okay.
Well, I don't know. They've got a car right here.
There is still a lot of definitely needs to be built though. Not off track, but like it is not public ready.
Oh yeah, they are doing testing. You can see the dummies.
Cool. So they're testing while the construction crews kind of finish up on the queue and all of that.
Right. So there's like, yeah.
Yeah, they're installing railings and whatnot.
Oh,
Oh,
fun.
wow, that track is just really close to you. And goes underground apparently. Okay. So now we've come full circle. If we continue to head this way, we'll kind of get back to the international. What was it? International Street?
Yeah.
And we got Clockworks here. So another spin in a circle ride. And here is a Thunder Run, which is kind of built into the, it's almost, it seems kind of reminiscent of the Matterhorn at Disneyland. It's got this kind of, I don't know, mountain climbery look.
Yeah. And it
But
goes
yeah,
through.
built into the mountain.
I haven't ridden it, and I want to know just what kind of ride it actually is.
Yeah,
Like, is it a coaster or is it more?
it does look coastery.
Here's Kraken Wagon, which I think is the bumper car.
Oh, bumper cars. Kraken wagon. All right. All right. And we're popping out here now, back in International Street, right by the waterfall. So,
It's the second high dive attraction.
yeah.
First one being back at the stunt show on that tower. The second one being right here at the entrance.
Yeah. Starting June 28th, apparently people are going to be just jumping off that thing, which I'm interested and horrified to check out. And we're gonna head down into Grand World Expo and weave around into the action zone and then up back into Frontier Canada. We'll go past the water park that's not open yet and swing back north and come back down south. Now we get to go across this exciting bridge on International Street, and you know you're in Canada when Tim Hortons. They also have a Starbucks though, don't they? I hope I never have to drink at a Starbucks again. All Tim Hortons, please.
On principle or because of the taste?
On principle and the taste. I'm not a big Starbucks fan, but that just might be internal bias if I'm being honest. They got a pizza, which is another Canadian crowd pleaser. And then, ooh, here we go. They got the Vizzies and they got the Summer Splash Bellini.
May I please have the Bellini? Where is it?
Ooh, those pretzels look exciting. They have a wristband system here, so you get carded once, you get wristbanded, and then you can just flash your wrist at future alcohol vendors. All right, we're gonna go all the way back down, nearish of the beginning, and go into Grand World Expo. Yeah, and I do appreciate, while it's nice to have like all, I don't know, bespoke food options, like I appreciate that they brought in like favorite Canadian brands here. I guess Subway would be the exception. Subway's US based, yeah.
I don't know. There might be a Subway Canada.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a US company.
Yeah,
right?
but pizza and Tim Hortons. Love that. And here we are entering, well, right now, it just looks like we're entering the Food and Wine Festival, but this is the Grand World Expo. This is Grand World Exposition of 1890, which I don't know anything about that, but it almost, I'm gonna guess if I looked it up, it's gonna be similar to like the World's Fair of 1906, you know, in the US, where it's like something that happened a long time ago that people are still talking about.
St. Louis?
Yeah.
St. Louis can't let that one go.
St. Louis really loves that it had the World Fair once upon a time. So this, the Food and Wine Festival only goes, you said on weekends, yeah?
Yeah, it's on weekends. It's definitely the whole month of June, but I was hoping to see some dates somewhere.
Yeah.
It's going on now for a couple.
Yeah, but you can come in here, get wine samplers, and little snackies. I mean, it looks yummy. And so wait, this is Alpen Fury, right? Track?
It is, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so you will be blasting over the Food and Wine Festival someday.
And it does make me wonder, clearly this needs to be blocked off.
Yeah, right. So they do have work to do.
Yeah.
Because right now I could just...
Temporary construction.
Yeah. So if they were targeting like anytime soon, I don't know. I will be pleasantly surprised, but it does seem like they got to put the pedal down a little bit. There's something over here called the wine toss, which doesn't sound like something they should be encouraging.
Is that when you drink too much wine?
Yeah.
You gotta go hit your reset
Yeah, I'll
button?
show you my wine toss, all right.
Oh, that sounded sinister. I thought you meant like drink too much and have it a little.
Oh, I did.
party session.
I did. I made it dirtier somehow. Yeah, wouldn't be a Food and Wine Festival without bags. Do they have like a cute Canadian name for bags?
No, it's called cornhole in the American Midwest.
Yeah.
It's called bags other places.
Yeah. Old time photos. They somehow resisted the urge to make it old timey photos. It's just old time.
Oh.
Here's a lovely little floral backdrop for you.
Alright, like I'll do that thing in the movies during a montage where the person does like poses, you know, and it goes like and pops out as a picture.
Yeah, okay, go. Perfect. Now we know you were at the Food and Wine Festival. The Grand World Eatery. All right, so we got yet another coaster over here. There are coasters everywhere.
It's temporarily closed.
Right, the flight deck is temporarily closed. But that is twisty. That's a lot of track in a little bit of space. Fighter Town funnel cakes. And they don't put any spin on this one. This is the ring toss.
It's like when you've had too many rings to drink.
Yeah. I don't know that those sloths should be hanging from that thread.
Ready? This is the one that went.
This is the one.
Because I wanted it to be dramatic.
Yeah. And damn, I don't know what happened. You gave it your best, though.
Well, thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Next time, Sloth. Next time. That is an interesting goalie that I'm supposed to kick in the garage. Huh.
Feminine looking.
I mean, appreciate it. Oh, classic swings. I feel like just like that was called the ring toss, do you think this is just called the swings?
Swing of the century.
Swing of the century, so no.
World's Fair.
World's Fair, yeah. But not the World's Fair, the like grand exposition. Got another, there are really just arcades throughout.
A lot of arcade. Yeah. A lot of video games and machines.
They know, those are money makers.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there are so many like generic prizes. Pokemon seems to be the only branded Midway prize that I've run into.
Do you think it just takes nothing to license
Pokemon? Maybe that's the deal.
Loop, are you ready to move on?
I am.
Okay. We're going to be leaving the Grand Exposition area and moving into the
Action Zone.
Oh, that sounds action-packed.
I mean, if you asked me, everything's been an Action Zone, but okay. More Midway games.
And
All right, we're gonna go loop around this way first. We're gonna do a full circle of the Action Zone. How about that?
all right.
Ah, the old airbrush T-shirt booth. Those have been around. I mean, is anyone still buying the airbrush T-shirt?
I don't know, but I know that you and I spent a week one day in Long Beach, getting airbrush T-shirts made, riding the Rainbow Rocket with the speedboat, go giant wave, never capsized. We put a lot of faith in the driver of that boat, and we went on it so many times that they just stopped charging us after maybe the fourth one.
I think they felt bad because they knew how intoxicated we were.
So there was like a cooler of cocktails.
Yeah,
It was fun. And we had airbrush T-shirts too.
we did. All right, so we got the Cyclone here. At some point, I will sit down and count how many just spinny things on an arm. Because they have every variety here. I will never, ever remember which one's called what, because they really are just all different flavors of the same dynamic, which is put you on a stick, strap you in a chair, spin you in the air, flip you upside down.
Question.
Yeah.
What material is this emulating?
Huh.
Is it like a twister?
I mean, I guess it looks like
supposed to be like a cyclone?
it looks like rock work, though.
It looks like the thing.
Yeah, it does. So
The Flintstones present Cyclone.
We got the Kingswood Music Theater back here, so I'm guessing they have a summer concert series, as most parks do.
This is carousel number 2.
Oh, there we are, carousel number 2. We did it, everybody. We're gonna do a full circle here.
Okay, not down this way because it's so pretty.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh. Should I skip?
Huh?
Should I skip?
I think so. Sachet, whatever you're feeling right now. Is that a sachet? That's, yeah. That was a nice gallop. Are you saying you think skipping takes more coordination than galloping? Okay.
The incredible, the amazing, the world-renowned backside of the swing. That's a deep cut for Disney fans.
Let's, we're gonna go left. This is one of those areas of the park where it's like a couple circles, so there's no efficient way to see everything.
Yeah, so we just did like...
Yeah, we did that circle, but there's another circle. Takes us by the sledgehammer.
I want to be your sledgehammer.
Thanks.
Is that how the lyric to the song goes?
Also, that doesn't look anything like a sledgehammer.
Why would you call that a sledgehammer?
Well, it does slam you down at some point. There you go, sledge. I know. I'm not defending it, I'm just rationalizing it. And here, again, the Behemoth. It's a big one. Big drop, lots of ups and downs, no inversions. Very smooth, cool coaster. Apparently used to be called Superman before Canada's Wonderland was purchased by current owner.
And I guess DC licensing didn't carry over.
They don't have really licensing here.
We have Peanuts Gang.
Oh, that's true. They do have the Peanuts Gang.
Is that it?
This is a dead end, but this is a, I think, kind of popular ride. The backlot stunt coaster, kind of nestled away back here. Compared to the Behemoth, it's a shorty. But there you go.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, you make a choice. Koi Pond. Well, Koi River. We got koi though. God damn, that's a lot of koi. They're beautiful koi too.
This way?
Yes.
Okay.
I just know that people spend thousands of dollars on koi. Those have very vibrant, pretty patterns on them. So maybe once upon a time someone dropped 2 koi in that river and they just went wild and all those koi were free.
Is that how it works?
I don't know. I mean, in nature, generally speaking, yes.
Well, it's really difficult for those fish to find mating partners because they're koi. None of the benches in this park have backs. Mm-hmm. So you gotta sit against a fence.
If you're lucky.
I feel like a horse with a hitch.
Speaking of, shall we head to the frontier? That's me, master of segues. Here we go. Frontier Canada. That's what I'm talking about.
Front Canada and then Frontier Canada, which implies a frontiest.
And there's the old mighty Canadian Mine Buster, which is not just closed temporarily, but just closed. They're preparing for our future enjoyment. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that coaster's going away or if it's getting a full refurbishment or what. Here we have the Yukon Striker, which I'm gonna put at the top of my, I'm gonna pee my pants when I ride this coaster, because here you'll see what it does. So it's a small cart. It takes you to the edge of this hill, and then it dumps you.
It's like, hang on,
and
we gotta fuck with you for a second.
Freezes you. We were watching it yesterday and actually saw the flip-flops of someone go flying off of it, and then they drop you. So I'm looking forward to that one, but yeah, that's intense. Yukon Striker, I think that's one of the flagships up there with Leviathan and Behemoth, and soon to be Alpen Fury. Soon to be, maybe this year. And then look, we've got yet another drunken uncle, but this one's like even drunker because it doesn't just flip you, it like rotates you on 2 axes.
I really want to ride the one.
I know. There are so many flip you around on a stick rides. It's unbelievable. Well, sure. Yeah, you got to get ready. Okay, so the Yukon Striker is going to go right up here, and then it's going to go straight underwater. Okay, gonna dump you straight into the ground.
Floppy kicked into the...
Maybe. Gosh, yeah, am I gonna get hit by a flip-flop down here? There we go. Okay, there they go. Under the water. Hold your breath. Oh.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's a good coaster. I'm looking forward to that one.
That is a lot of scenery.
It is, yeah, even though it's only 3 rows.
Oh, is it just the one car? It is at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I wonder.
Can't see the...
Yeah, I wonder how many they run at a time. Probably depends on staffing. Got a little drink station. Got a, oh yeah, mac and cheese, french fries, chicken tendies. I totally see you. Let's take a look at the water park, even though we can't really take a look at the water park. Splashworks, that's what it's called. And it is a full-ass water park. Right there.
They're open on weekends, yeah.
Are they right now open on
so.
weekends? Okay, yeah, open on weekends, and then I assume they're open every day once the proper summer rolls around. Okay. Yeah. Brought to you by Neutrogena.
Question. Does that mean you have to walk all the way to the back of the park to get into the water park?
It's a good question. And maybe. Do you think that's like putting the milk or the toy section in the back of the store?
Yeah.
But that logic shouldn't apply in theme parks.
Why not?
Well, because you actually want to create like a good experience for people.
Well, don't you have to find that fine line between robbing them of all of their hard-earned money and making them feel like it was worth it?
All right, Tundra Twister, everyone. The Drunken Uncle 2.0.
Okay. Calling any ride the change loosener because
Right.
they're all change looseners.
They really are. to go see the Whitewater Canyon? This is one of those, like, it's the water ride, and it has its own real estate entirely. It's a complete dead end, but you, like, enter this woodsy path. And I'm gonna guess it's one of those circle raft rides. If I have to guess, and I do until I see it.
You're probably right.
Yeah, there we go. Absolutely a circle raft ride through the trees. But I mean, truly, there is nothing else over here other than this ride. So I bet it's actually kind of majestic because you really are just riding your little splashy raft through the woods. Looks like you go through a little cave over there. Do you think they even allow you to be a theme park unless you have this ride?
I know that in the, I'm going to say mid-80s, it seemed like every regional theme park had one of these.
Yeah, what do you think that was about?
Total guess, all right? Total guess. A little bit educated because we've been making theme park content for a lot of years. I'm guessing that the ride type is manufactured in a cheap way, including maybe already having like off-the-shelf materials available, stuff that didn't have to be custom fabricated. In addition to that, I'm guessing they're probably high capacity because of the way that they load and unload. They never stop. So there are Omni-Mover rides. And Omni-Mover rides almost always have the highest capacity of any ride in a theme park. Not always, but almost always. An exception would be Pirates of the Caribbean or It's a Small World after all. It's a Small World, is that the name of it? Anyway, Disney rides. Those are famously high capacity. But on the other hand, the Disney ride, the Haunted Mansion, is the Omni-Mover and is extremely high capacity.
This looks like a lovely little execution of your raft ride.
Oh my God.
A very wet version. Yeah.
This is pretty though.
It is, yeah. And there is some sort of, it's not open, I don't know if it's ever open, but there is some sort of amphitheater happening through these trees.
Different than the King's Ransom?
Yeah. Well, I don't remember. But yeah, we're in a totally different area now, so I don't know what this is.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't even, I don't think it even shows on the map, so I don't think they're planning on using it anytime soon. Yeah, all signage removed. So maybe once upon a time shows happened here, maybe someday shows will happen here.
Cool.
Couldn't tell you.
Pretty wild shift in temperatures between the shade and the sun.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty breezy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of greenery around.
Guys, am I supposed to?
Yeah, it feels lovely back here. All right, back into civilization. And you know you're at the, like, get you unreasonably wet water ride when there's a body dryer. And now we head back toward the center again. We'll take a slightly different route, but we have been here before. So Timberwolf Falls is something different, and I believe that's that boat. I don't know that it's even open right now, but I think that's more.
This is a logger.
That's okay.
Because I was looking at the satellite map.
Yeah.
There's
So they made sure that both of the water rides were exiting at the same place, so they only had to buy one body dryer.
And they're butted up next to the water park, yeah?
Yeah. All right, so not necessarily a log ride, but more of a, well, at Six Flags that I grew up at, they called it tidal wave, which is like you go on a little boat ride and then it dumps you down a big hill. Yeah. I'm guessing that's what we got going here.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for coming along today as we learn.
Oh, the launchy ball is happening.
Oh yes, they do have one of those.
It's like a spherical cage that you climb in with your best friend at the time who talked you into it.
Yep, the ultimate,
Like,
the ultimate low capacity ride.
oh yeah. 2 people every 30 minutes.
You typically have to pay for those too. Or at least in my experience. We got the old lumberjack. Oh, this is the lumberjack. And then instead of going this way, we're gonna go this way.
Well, isn't that a nice little babbling brook?
It's a brook. It babbles. I guess that babbles a little, yeah.
I think you could hear a babble were it not for the cacophony.
So we're back at the mountain. Last time we were here, we went left. Now we're gonna go right. At the Sprite hoop, basketball hoops. Oh, the vortex. That's the red track I was trying to discern from the Yukon Striker.
The smells emitting from mountain refresh they're good. They're yummy. They're smoky and meaty. Oh, mountain refresh is just the Gotcha.
Oh, but we're gonna get to the goodness. Yeah, this little lodge restaurant. Lazy Bear, that's what it is. Just actually, it's quite a big restaurant.
I'll bet that fireplace is nice and cozy.
I mean, they're open. They do Halloween events. They do winter fests. I bet that fireplace is much appreciated at some point. And there's this guy.
Oh, to come at me?
He either wants to fight you or he wants a hug, and I haven't figured out which one.
So I get this energy.
Yeah. It's mostly
Not
that
this
energy. Yeah, he looks awkward.
Maybe he's spectrum-y, and they're just like, bro, we'll pay you $15 bear dollars an hour, which is really good bear money, by the way.
Yeah.
To just stand there. And he was like, just stand like this.
They're like, yeah, that's good enough.
Where do I put my hand?
And that was truly the best they got out of him. All right, we head down this way and get a few more kind of amusement park style rides. We got the Skyhawk.
That's supposed to be an A?
What?
Or is that just they're telling you how to pronounce that in Canadians?
Skyhawk. The Skyhawk.
I'm gonna walk over here because it looks cool.
Another fire pit. Woo! We're at the back of the Lazy Bear Lodge. Oh,
Part of this building is they put bear sculptures like sleepy bears lounging in the rafters.
well, they're lazy bears.
Right.
And then you just got,
Like the name of the stuff.
then you got a whole big lawn.
Do you think that, like, this is just all?
Yeah, this is the Go Fight the Geese lawn. Oh yeah. More seating down here that no one is using. Probably because geese crap all over the place.
Yeah, this is very unusual
But this
for
is
a theme park.
this is Goose Run down here. That's why no one's here.
Yeah, this is gross. I guess
As-
if they can control the goose population a little better, it might be less.
Maybe this was the deal they made with the geese. They're like, we'll give you your entire own lawn, just keep your feathers and poop here.
Yeah.
And they're like, fine, but we want chairs and tables.
These are for the geese?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but they don't have arms, so the way that the theme park was like, haha, they're like, we're gonna tilt these chairs up against the tables so you never actually get to use them.
Are you saying that geese don't even use chairs and they were just being dicks by requesting them?
No, I'm saying the geese would use those chairs, but the theme park was resentful of the fact that they were requested, so they tilted the chairs up against the tables and they're like, haha, geese.
That's speciesist.
Yeah. Anyway, now you've all seen the Geese Lawn. And we're back at the Skyhook.
Here's where the underwater tunnel
Oh, sure.
and it's about to whoosh through. I feel like it's really close.
Yeah. I mean, no, I'm scared, but yeah. They told me, danger. Here we go. Right through the hole, everybody. They're gonna lose their flip-flops, come down that hill, and here they go. They're in the hole. And they're out of the hole. Great.
You know, that wasn't as spectacular as I thought it was going to be.
No. If it was, more people would be crouched there. And here we go. The extreme swings. You like the swings? How do you still like the swings if we put you 200 feet in the air?
Yes. The existing one is called Disney Rabbit Hole. We're launching a new one starting with Canada's Wonderland. So that's great.
I'll subscribe.
Cool.
Subscribe.
Oh, the Wind Seeker.
You did one of those, right?
I still have never done one of these. If I did, I blacked it out.
Oh, for real? I thought you told me you did one.
I do not recall doing a Wind Seeker. Oh, I'm sorry, the launchy ball? Yes, I have done a launchy ball. I don't believe I've done one of the tall swings. But yeah, back in the day, I rode all the crazy rides. I would do it again. That one is just kind of uncomfortable in my experience. The one where you're in a sling like on your belly and it just kind of like drops you down, that's fine. This one, yeah, this one's a little bit whiplashy though, and so as an old person, I'm not even sure I should.
Oh, do they whip you around?
It does, I recall it being, and this was in my youth, I recall it being quite violent.
Okay. I feel like we have been here.
Yeah, we have. Where's the mountain? Oh, geez. I took us the wrong way.
Oh, all right.
But we've seen new things, and that's a good thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, so let's head back to the center. Because otherwise we wouldn't have seen this part of Action Zone.
It's my fault. Right, because I was like, yo, let's check out the geese.
Oh, the
zone.
geese. It's okay. All good things happen. Action zone's kind of one of those areas of the park that like touches a bunch of the other areas of the park. So
Oh,
yeah, it's
again like a drunken uncle.
yeah. So many drunken uncles. This little thing. Why do they give you wings, do you think?
Yeah, you can control them. But does it do anything?
It seems like no. It seems like a false sense of control.
You can.
Oh, what does it do? Oh, okay. All right, statement retracted. You get wings and you can do something.
That looks kind of fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. What's the most scared you ever were not riding a ride, but leading up to it? Do you remember?
When I was a kid and I had just gotten into coasters, I went to Busch Gardens with my family in Florida, and I chickened out on a ride, and I faked a tummy ache to get out of it.
We'll walk through here because there's a theater here.
Yeah.
You chickened out on the ride?
I did. I faked
Did you cop to it?
No. I pretended like I had a tummy ache and couldn't do it. So, you know, in my defense, I was like in 2nd grade, so it was totally a fine age to be chickening out on rides. But I didn't want to be a chicken. Okay.
Since we follow the student age, people carrying instrument cases
Yeah.
to this theater, I'm guessing that's what's happening here.
Festival music.
But it's a
Yeah, it was
nice little theater.
nice shady.
I'll take facts on benches always, but apparently
That doesn't happen. Yeah. All right, now I think we're coming up. I believe this is Guardian. Yeah. Yet another Wonder Mountain's Guardian is the brown track that actually goes through the mountain. So many rides like interwoven with the mountain. We can see 3 tracks right there just kind of crisscrossing. Yeah, one's gonna be Alpen Fury. The other is, oh, what's the red one called again? I know, Vortex, I think.
okay.
And then we've got Wonder Mountain's Guardian, which is the one that actually goes through the mountain. So that's probably like the mountain flagship.
Blasters, eh?
Oh, okay. So there are little blasters on it. Sorry, just looking at the carts here. Some people going backwards, some people going forwards. I want to learn more.
Maybe it's a spinneroonie.
Yeah.
The rock work here is like, aw.
Yeah.
You know, it was probably the cheapest way to do this kind of decorative construction at the time that they built it. And I really don't know anything about the history of this park. I look forward to learning more about it, but I'm total noob at the moment. But looking at it, it's like, we very much have I'm gonna guess, a steel and wooden structure covered in chicken wire or something to provide support for the sprayable concrete that then got applied. But you look at like all the cracks and variations in color and weathering in different spots. It's not the best, but I appreciate that they're taking care of it. I really do. I think that's like, where are we headed? Just because it's a little corny, this whole place is corny.
It's a theme park. Be sad if it wasn't corny. And now we're back where it all started, on International Street and the cool bridge.
Canada's Wonderland, Vaughan, Ontario, right outside of Toronto. Definitely worth a visit. Actually, one of my favorite first visits to a theme park. Well, I guess it's technically the second, is it? But
We scouted.
yeah,
It doesn't show. It doesn't show that we scouted, but we did. We're learning. We're learning a lot. I can't wait to come back and actually ride some stuff.
what did we get wrong? Let me know in the comments because I am quite certain that we didn't get everything right. A lot of guesswork went into the making of this video.
Also, favorite ride, what should we be checking out first? I've been on the Behemoth. What comes next?
This is Loop and I'm Clover. We'll see you in the next one.